I don't know where to begin, so I'm just going to begin. Oops. We should always do our best to encourage the right size proportions. Biology is the way it is for a reason. It is the bigger you are, the more cells that you have, the bigger your internal organs, the bigger your body has to be in order to sustain those. And so we, at the grassroots foundation level, we, the artists, the influencers ourselves, we need to be influencing the right proportions. We need to start influencing things which make sense. Breasts are not normally ever that big or that large unless you are either pregnant, nursing, or have had several, many children. And that's odd. It's odd to see, to witness. It's normally never like that in real life. Even on a character, it looks, when it's overdrawn like that, it looks odd. And if you're trying any true to visage character of who they are, if you're overrepresenting the size of their body parts, it looks odd. It looks off. And that's where a lot of young-minded artists are going nowadays. We're drawing things like oversized, thinking that it's like over-exemplifying comfort, over-exemplifying sexuality, it's too much. That's not who the character is anymore. What that character is usually, and I'm not trying to make you girls contract or anything. If you're trying to express your sexuality, go for it. But reservedness increases the value of the character. You don't want to go or present yourselves as being sleazy or as over the top. And because we're all trying new things with our character models. That is so easy to do, because it's not us, but it is us. It's our avatar. It's our visual representation of the image that we're trying to put forth into the world. And if that's too sleazy, we're cheapening it. We're cheapening who we are as we look, what we're offering to the world. Clothes don't make the person, but if it's cold out and it's winter, you should be having more clothes. And people expect a certain modesty out of people especially people who wear wings, especially people who speak of a kind character, of a kind soul. You expect them to dress a little more reservedly, a little more dignified, a little more high class, a little more carefully. You expect them to be a little more careful. Not so revealing, not so showing, not so out there. Again, I'm not trying to make you contract. The human soul has been made to contract for eons, for ages. Perhaps expression is what we need in certain parts of the world, but please, for the love of God, for a lot of the artists, the arts and artworks that I'm seeing nowadays, please, it's better if you undersize your boobs than oversize them. Because it represents the false ideals of society. It influences people. You're influencing people to expect that, to want to draw that, to think that they have to draw that, they have to be that big. And it's normally never like that in biology. You're doing what the magazines do to all of our children. Unknowingly, ununderstandingly. And we shouldn't be like that. Modesty, the right values and ideals start with ourselves. How we put ourselves forth into the world. I normally would never have my pants hanging off my body like that. They would normally be up around my waist. Why? Because it's decent. It's like, I'm not trying to sexualize myself. I'm not trying to expose myself like that. And neither should you, really. Too much. On occasion is fine. Reservedness increases the value of the character. That's what sells. Rin Penrose, Kana, there's not a lot of cleavage showing. There's not a focus on boobs. Mammary glands, yeah, unless you've been pregnant many times. That's the only reason. Do things which make sense, which are befitting to the ideals of the character, for the public image's sake, for the hearts of the fans, for the hearts of your fans. Especially if you're wearing angel wings, people see you as anything of an angelic leader quality. You want to be more reserved, have a few more close things on your shoulders, things covering you, a cape, a cloak, your wings out always, not just bare like that with just almost nothing on. It's like you're talking and everyone's eyes want to go immediately down there. It's like they're huge. They're not just perky, they're huge. There's a difference between perky, normal size. There's a difference between normal size, perky, and oversized. Oversized is like your body can't sustain that. Even the character in the drawing, in that make-believe world, it looks odd seeing that. It's just like, that's not who she is. We all know that's not who she is. If you try to draw my angel shape her like that, man, I'll punch you, man. Don't do it. Don't do her like that. That's not who she is. That's not what she's about either. It's not, circulation has to go through those things. And it's better to be small, easy to handle and manage than letting to foster the wrong ideals in society, oversized. Encourage artists to start drawing a little smaller, a little more reservedly, a little more makes sense. Perky, beautiful, simple, C's, D's, not triple F's. And it has to fit the character of the biology. A faster body type doesn't normally have very big ones. They can't sustain that. It doesn't only grows beyond a certain size unless you're on hormone therapy, estrogens or whatever, something severely wrong with you, you have a medical condition, they're normally never that huge, never that large. It doesn't make sense. There's no abuse, there's no purpose for them besides feeding your kids and massaging them. It's like it's a circulation thing, but it's got to make sense for your biology. It's got to fit the character of your being. You don't just draw suddenly with like enormous boobs. You draw them about right here, like A, B cups, C cups, maybe D's. Nothing like extraordinarily large. And that's what I'm seeing with so many of the young generation nowadays, young kids. But yeah, hope that makes some common sense. Flat is beautiful. Normal is beautiful. The way you are is beautiful. Don't overreach. Don't have to go extravagant. It puts a different spin on things. It makes the character look odd. It's like a sexualized image. More decency, more covering the boobs, more covering this. It's cold out, guys. More clothes, just a little more clothes. The shape will be the shape, and it will show and poke through, and people can fantasize. Let them fantasize. Let it not be so obvious. There's a reservedness increases the value of the quality. It's like a geisha character. You don't simply just go, bah, and just be like, all the time. It makes me want a distance. People have high-minded. It's a repulsion. It's just like, and prom dresses and all those dresses and things, like, that's normally never how I'd want my girls to clothe themselves. I know that's uncomfortable. I can feel that's uncomfortable as heck. I don't want you wearing those things. I want you wearing like a dress that actually like gives your shoulder something to rest upon. That's not just gonna be suddenly pulled down just as like in the public. It can't. It goes up around your body. It covers some part of you. You at least have straps or something. You have a necklace on. You have stuff on. You have wings. Anyways, yeah. I hope you know who I'm speaking this to, but I'm speaking this to all of you. I'm gonna write basically I'm gonna upload my comment to. I'm gonna paste a draft of basically what I was writing to basically prepare for this little speech thing, but yeah, modesty sells. Decency sells more nowadays. Common sense. There's a difference between perky and oversized. Do perky, do normal. Not balloons. Not mammoths. Not enormous. Not what the fuck are those? Yeah, not what the fuck are those kind of thing. Like, just Jesus. Any real guy in life wants what he can manage, not which is extreme. He wants what is real. You want to appeal to the soul, to the hearts of all of that. what is real, what makes sense on the outside within. The whole thing needs to come together, the whole visage, the whole persona. Everything adds up at once.